adding Wi-Fi capability to microcontroller unit for IoT applications. Here we are generating the information. That information is uploading to the internet by using the Wi-Fi node. If you look at this one, this is our wearable diagnosis device or one of the embedded system that sends the any one of the disease information, either BP status or sugar status, that is uploading into the internet using this Wi-Fi node. So from remote location, the doctor can access the patient disease information and give the control signals, or that means give the suggestions or tablets information. So like that, here we are using the plug-in plug-out Wi-Fi module without writing the instructions. Directly we can connect a Wi-Fi node in our design. One of the example of that Wi-Fi module is CC3100. Once again, first the sensor or the design finding the disease information that is needs to be informed to the doctor by using the internet. If you want to upload the internet, we require Wi-Fi module or internet facility. To provide the internet facility, we require the one of the communication device, that is Wi-Fi module. So yeah, here we are using readily available Wi-Fi nodes which are connected to our design and send the information to the doctor through the internet. So microcontroller based design can be easily connected to the internet with Wi-Fi using the Texas Instruments Simple Link CC3100 network processor module. So by using this Wi-Fi node, we can provide the internet facility to our embedded system. So this CC3100 Wi-Fi node internally contains the WPA2 protocols, which provides more security, Wi-Fi portable access, Wi-Fi protection access 2, without writing any new instructions, which reduces the development time. So this is readily available in the market. So we can add this Wi-Fi module in our design, which internally contains WPA2, Wi-Fi protection access control, which provide more security purpose. We can connect this Wi-Fi module to any one of the 8-bit microcontroller or 16-bit microcontroller or 32-bit microcontroller using serial peripheral interface or UART interface. If you look at this block diagram or architecture, this is our embedded system. It contains a microcontroller unit which contains 32 kilohertz crystal oscillator, which provides the clock to our design. This design is interfacing with this Wi-Fi module using serial peripheral interface or UART. So it also contains 40 megahertz crystal oscillator to execute to run this Wi-Fi module. It generates the interrupt signal whenever it wants to transfer the data. Internally, it contains hibernation module. So whatever the information we gathered here, that is uploaded into internet by using this Wi-Fi module. Next, suppose if you are connecting this Wi-Fi module using serial peripheral interface. So that contains 4 lines. One is clock signal. Next one is chip select. Next, master input, slave output, master output, slave input lines. So this SPI works on the principle of shift registers. Whatever the content we want to transfer, that content is shifting into the shift register of the slave device, that is shifting into the MOSI, master output, slave input. Here, that is again shifted into the receiver, master output, slave input line. Again, that is going went into the receiving buffer. Then we can collect the information. Like that, using SPI, the microcontroller unit sends the information into the desired device, this Wi-Fi module, and uploading into the internet. So whenever it wants to transfer the data, it generates the interrupts by using this interrupt pin, INTR pin. And we need to enable the general purpose IO pins to went into the different hibernation modules to save the power consumptions. So host SPI clock, that means it provides the clock up to 20 megahertz from microcontroller unit host to Wi-Fi node. Chip select, which provides the chip select signal from our design to Wi-Fi node. MOSI, which transfer the data from our design to Wi-Fi node. Interrupt signal, which generates by the Wi-Fi mode to initiate the data transfer to the microcontroller unit, means our design. Next, MISO, it transfer the data from our Wi-Fi node to embedded system. Hibernation module, which disable unnecessary peripherals and goes into the low power states to save the power consumptions. The CC3100 boost and MSP 430 are connected via SPI interface. This device can generate the interrupt to initiate the data transfer over the SPI. This SPI communication bus provides the speed of 20 megahertz signal. Suppose if you are using UART, we can use any one of the communication bus to transfer the data from our embedded system into Wi-Fi node, either SPI or UART. Now we are verifying with UART. If you are using UART, it contains two wires. One is transmitting line, another one is receiving line. So this data transfer will be controlled by using the request to send and clear to send signals. Whenever it wants to send the data, it uses the request to send signal. Whenever it wants to, if it is okay, means it sends acknowledgement. That means clear to send the data. Again, it contains interrupt signal whenever it wants to initiate the data transfer. Like that, by using this UART, it transfers the data from microcontroller unit to the Wi-Fi node. So this is the typical and a recommended UART topology because it offers the maximum communication reliability and flexibility between the host and Wi-Fi mode. So before transferring the data in UART, we need to set the identical settings. That means baud rate, number of data bits, flow control, parity bits, stop bits, and bit order, like this. So first we need to set the identical baud rate, that is 1,15,200 bits per second. Here no auto baud rate detection. This is a configuration of CC3100, that means Wi-Fi node. That Wi-Fi node configuration here we are setting is its baud rate is 1,15,200 bits per second. It can be changed by the host up to 3 Mbps. We can improve the baud rate up to 3 Mbps by using the special command. Here CC3100 transmit the 8-bit data. Here data will be controlled by using request to send and clear to send bits. It doesn't contain the parity bits. It contains one stop bit. Here we are transmitting the LSB bit first. And here we are enabling the interrupts whenever he wants to transfer the data, we need to enable the interrupts here. Next, here the interrupt will be occurred in the rising edge of the clock signal or level 1. At that time, the interrupts will be occurred. Here we are following little Indian order. Little Indian means lower byte is stored in the lower byte memory location, lower memory location. Higher byte is stored in the higher memory locations. Like that, the data will be transferred in the our design to our embedded system into internet by using CC3100. Next, application programming interface like our apps, mobile apps, how they provide a communication between our mobile phone to users. So it provides various application programming interfaces which contains the separate instructions, means set of instructions, definitions, communication protocols, and tools for building software applications. General apps contains some set of instructions according to their applications. Our mobile applications, Cam Scanner, or YouTube app, or whatever the apps we are using in our mobile phones, they contains their own instructions. So this, what is the use of apps? Which makes convenient for using the our design. Suppose if mobile contains various apps, so without scanning our certificates, we can use Adobe Scanner to scan the certificates. So if without app means we go to internet center, scan our certificates. Like that. So API makes easier for people to use programs and certain technologies in building the applications. So there are some different types of APIs. One is device API, which manages the hardware related functionality such as start the operation, stop the operation, set and get the device configurations. Device API, which manages the hardware related functionality such as start, stops, set and get device configurations. Next, wireless LAN API. So in our in our colleges, we are using the wireless LAN. So manages the wireless LAN that contains 802.11 protocol related functionality such as device mode, station, AP or P2P, setting, provisioning method, adding connection profiles, setting policy. Wireless LAN app, which manages the wireless LAN 802.11 protocol, corresponding functionalities such as device mode, means station, AP, P2P, settings, provisioning method, adding connection profiles, and setting policy. And socket app. So the most common API set for users applications are and adheres to BSD socket apps. NetApp, it enables different networking services, including hypertext transfer protocol, HTTP protocol. In internet, we are observing these HTTP protocols, DHCP server service, and MDNS server service. Net configuration. So we are configure our different networking parameters, such as setting the MAC address, acquiring the IP address by DHCP, and setting the static IP address. File system app, which provides the access to the serial flash component for read and write operations of networking or user proprietary data. So these are the various apps we are observing.